Well, here we are out on the farm. This is an old Davy pump that a friend of mine asked me if we could fix it. And I looked at it and I saw it's got a no-name engine on it, so it's probably been, might be its second engine. But what I noticed is that the two-piece impeller, where the tech screw's been that holds the other half of the impeller on, has just either rusted out or looks like it's actually broken. So those impellers are pretty lightweight, and when the tech screw goes, the pump's no good. You see that's got a 1.5 inch inlet, and that's a good brand. Davy, I understand, were recently sold by the corporation that owned them at a major loss. You notice it's got a 4-way outlet. Now this is really interesting because that 4-way outlet adds up to two 1.5 inch outlets and two 1 inch outlets, so that altogether 5 inches of potential outlet, but the inlet is 1.5 inches. Now the obvious answer to this poor gent's issue if the engine's okay, the trick is to buy an Aussie Fire Chief kit, which will go straight on if the engine is a 3/4 inch or even a 5/8 shaft. So this big pump of ours that has the same horsepower but delivers 25% more head and also delivers more water at pressure because of this big 2-inch inlet. Just have a look at this. That's the size of the body of the Davy, and that's a QP205C body to compare. Now you can see there's a heck of a lot more material in the Aussie QP, but that means that we are able to put a much bigger impeller in. Now that bigger impeller diameter is what gives you pressure, and our pressure is 25% more than the Davy single impeller pump. When you look at where you operate a pump to put out a fire or transfer water, it's normally at around 50 to 60 meters head, and that's where you need to get flow and pressure if you're going to put out fires. Now you notice this Fire Chief has proudly got our brand on it, Honda engine of course, steel skids and anti-vibration mounts, a detachable suction port that enables you to get easy access to the check valve in there. That check valve is what makes it prime so well, and of course you can't do that with a one-piece body with the suction cast into it. So all we're saying is, the smart idea is if you've got an old Davy, or for that matter an old, which is pretty much identical in performance to the Davy pump, it's a pretty easy choice to replace that old Davy pump instead of repairing it with one of these. Low price, much better performance, and believe it or not, we give a 5-year warranty.